Hello, everybody. Bruce from Oregon here with the Bruce from Oregon Show. We are doing Court on X, episode 6. Oh my gosh, guys, we're already on episode 6. What is happening? This will be added to the playlist. You can go watch parts 1 through 5, other Clayton Echard paternity scandal videos in my playlist, and breaking news as it happens. All right, today our guest cat is Teeny Milkshake. Teeny Milkshake has a nice little hat. And it looks like a magic wand. Teeny Milkshake is living his best life. All right, now let's get back into the tweets of David S. Gingras, lawyer for Laura Owens in the Clayton Echard paternity scandal. We are up to October 17th. As I'm filming this, it is October 21st. I'm going to be taking a little break and not making videos, so I'm trying to batch a few videos together for release over time. But we are caught up to October 17th, which is very recent, just a few days ago. And let's see what David has to say. He says, JFC recently boasted they caught Laura in another lie. Well, who is JFC? This is like a generalization fallacy. Like individuals say things. Like JFC is not a person. There's no like, I don't know, corporate statement or something. Like he's just generalizing a whole bunch of people. Like if you have somebody who boasted, who are they? What's their name? What's their Twitter handle? Why don't you include their comment and reply to it? Like, this is weird. I said I had proof. That is false. Okay. Here's your proof. The pics don't match because they're from different videos, you sick cult ass. Okay. So what we have here is two photos, or I guess what we actually have here is two videos, and they are paused on specific frames of the video, such that the one on the left and the one on the right are not the same. They're not the same frame. They may not be the same video. And he is claiming they are from different videos. Okay. I don't know how we determine that these are two different videos instead of just two different frames from the same timeline from one video. He definitely has two different, captures here that are clearly not the same photo. The interesting thing to me is that what I recall is there was an affidavit with a photo that was maybe like, let's say it was more like this photo on the left in a court filing. And then there was a different photo that was clearly different from the first one, but very similar. And that was originally in a Medium blog, but then later it was removed. But you can go to the archive site, to the Wayback Machine, and see the original photo. And maybe that looked more like this one on the right or something like that. I'm not sure. Or maybe the reverse order at this point. I'm not sure. But there were definitely two photos that were not the same photo. Okay, one from a court filing, one from a archived blog site. And I think people looked at those two photos as being similar but not the same and said, hey, did somebody take one photo and then Photoshop it or change it or run it through an Instagram filter or do something to it and then use it on Medium for a blog post and then remove it? And that was the speculation, because they were just noticing that there were two different photos. And the problem was his original replies, which I believe we read in an earlier episode, was that Laura had never posted the second photo to Medium. And now he's saying there are two photos, which is all I think I was seeing in the first place. If you go back and watch my videos, all I said was, look, there's a court filing and there's a Wayback Machine Medium post, and they appear to have two different photos. And the Medium blog post has Laura's by name, the byline has her name in it. So clearly she posted this second photo, photo B, to Medium, whereas photo A was in this court filing. And here he's saying his proof is that there's two different photos. And I guess he's trying to say they came from different videos. Of course, we can't confirm that just from this picture because we don't have a forensic evidence specialist looking at these things to tell us. Like, for all I know, you could position the playhead here in this video, um, and then the file name could be Laura Vid1, and then you could go off and rename the file and position the playhead here and call it A10 10 25 23. I can't tell if these are two videos or not. They're definitely, different positions on the playhead. And the one on the right here, this one, they might be different lengths as well because this one says, this is hard to read. It says it's 1 second in, which means this is probably a very short video. Maybe it's only 2.5 seconds long. Whereas this one says we're 3 seconds in. So it appears this one on the right could be a much longer video. The one on the right actually, to me, looks more like the one that was in the court document. The one on the left, actually, I can't tell. I don't know. The one on the left, I was going to say, looks more like the blog post one, but I'm not sure. I just don't know. I just know these aren't the same photo. And that's all anybody was saying. People were saying she posted a different photo into the blog than was in the court filing. And maybe it's the same photo and it's been through a filter. Like, if this is the longer video on the right, you could run it through a video filter or some video program and change it and get a shorter video, the video on the left. I don't know. Or there could be a master video that made both of these two videos, running it through some filters or something like that. I have no idea. Who knows? I have both videos. One was trial exhibit A10. The other was not used because it's so short. Yeah, this one appeared to be a little longer because the playhead here at 3 seconds means this is maybe like a 10 or 12 second video, whereas this one on the left looks more like a 2 to 3 second video. So I agree, these two videos seem to have different lengths, and the A10 appears to be a longer video. That sounds true to me. But could they have come from the same original file? I mean, maybe. I don't know. How do we know they're from different videos? I mean, they're definitely, I don't know. Or were they shot at the same time? Let's see what some of the comments say. David says, these look different because duh. Well, you don't have to be rude, sir. Why do you have to say duh? Like, this is just a thing, dude. You don't have to be rude. You can be nice. You can just present your evidence and stick to the details. Like, here's a 6 second video, here's a 3 second video. You don't have to say duh. Why do you have to be so rude? It's not good. I'm disappointed at the rudeness, to be honest. It's disappointing. I'm not angry. I'm not sad. I don't think he's wrong. I just think he's unnecessarily rude. Be better, sir. Laura used 2 different cameras. Well, why is that a duh? Like, how did she use 2 different cameras? If she did, why is that a duh? Like, oh, everybody should have known that. How would everybody should have known that? How is that possible? We don't know how many cameras she has. People don't know something until you explain it. And the first time you explain something, you say, duh. That's just rude. Help people understand. Be a helpful person, not a rude person. Laura used two different cameras. The battery died on the first, resulting in a second video. Okay, so he's claiming that these two videos came from two different phones. Of course, that's a claim. We can't prove it. I don't know how we would unless you were there or we get these two phones and someone does forensic analysis on them. Have to get the two phones or the two cameras or I mean, I assume they're phones because they're in this phone aspect ratio, but who knows? So one video is only 2 seconds long and has a slightly different angle and different lights are on. Look at the shadows from the counter. Yeah, you can clearly see the lighting is different here when you look at these sections of the countertop. Um, the sink itself is a very different color as well. So the interesting thing, if these came from two different, like, okay, your battery dies, so you're setting up a camera, then you go change the camera. How do you get the exact same? Like, it's eerie how similar the framing is between the two shots. Like, you look at the edges, and the edges follow the exact same line on the left, and almost the exact same framing on the right. It looks like maybe it's a little different because this white trim on the far side goes up higher in this one, but they're very, very close. I don't know. I mean, to me, and you can always take a video and crop it. So if the one on the right has more stuff, you could always crop it down and end up with a shorter video, which is the one on the left or something. I don't know. These are all possibilities. Maybe it was two cameras. Who knows? But the important thing here is that he said she didn't post photo B to Medium. And now he's saying there's two different photos, which is all, which is a direct contradiction of what he said before, which is that there was just one photo and the photo B was never posted to Medium. But clearly it was. And he's literally posting the evidence that photo B was posted to Medium and it's different than photo A. Interesting, guys. Okay. So for all you lucky cult members who said Laura lied about this, well, I don't know who said she lied about anything. You were the one who said she said or you confirmed with her that she didn't post it on Medium and now you're saying she did post it on Medium. So I'm very confused. Congrats. You just committed the intentional tort of defamation. I don't think so. Like, what is he trying to say here? Like, look, let's say somebody said, hey, look, I saw photo A in a court filing and photo B on medium.com. And I think she photoshopped photo A into photo B and put it on Medium. And let's say he's right. And there were two different cameras and they took two different videos and she took stills from two different videos. One went into the court document, one went on medium.com. That just means that the person who said, I think they photoshopped photo A into photo B is just wrong. It doesn't mean they defamed anyone. They didn't cost them any money. They didn't intentionally lie about something they knew they were wrong about. It just means that they were wrong about something, and when they get new information, now they can be correct. So what is this talk about intentional tort of defamation? This isn't how learning works. We don't all start out with all the information. We have to get the information before we can learn. Defamation requires you to know the truth and then lie about it and cause someone to lose money. Why is he talking about defamation? This makes no sense. Laura now has 1 year to seek justice in the Arizona courts against all those who lied about this. Lied about what? If someone says, hey, I think she photoshopped a photo, that's their opinion. It's not a lie. They weren't there. Now, if somebody in Twitter was here in this kitchen and saw her take 2 videos with 2 phones and said, "No, no, 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 she took 1 photo and photoshopped it 17 times." But they were there as an eyewitness, and then they lied about something they knew was false. That would be a lie. And then to be defamation, they would have to make her lose money somehow. I don't know how they would do that. So this is just crazy. But don't worry, I'm sure it'll be fine. Ellipses. A trailing thought. Why have a trailing thought? Just say what you mean. Just be upfront. Don't do ellipses. Just say what you think, sir. Oxford, comma, split infinitive says, what is the legal standard for defamation of a public figure? Who bears the burden of proof, and what is it? It's a good question. Is defamation a strict liable tort? Mark says, oh, he doesn't know, just Google it. Okay. Karen says, this reminds me of the time Laura used a pic with a hospital gown and 2 separate accusations on completely different dates, yet the photos were from the same time and were obviously part of a series of selfies she took. But she would never edit photos, right, David? Yeah. And even if these 2 videos were from 2 different phones, we don't know if they were run through any filters, Instagram filters, or AI filters, or Photoshops, or whatever. We don't know. We don't know what happened to these photos. You know, even if you just take a photo and don't alter it in any way, and you pick, let's say you have one video, this video, and you pick this frame instead of picking a frame over here further towards the end. The intentional act of selecting a frame from a video is effectively editing down to a still from a video. I mean, you're still making an editorial choice, just like you would with a light filter, a touch up my appearance filter, cropping. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, guys. I don't know what he's trying to prove. Mark says, one of 2. Fascinating that they are both at different places as far as time playing goes. Let me know if Laura would like to send me a handmade cease and desist because she's lying. You're either enabling it and aware or terribly dumb and unaware. You somehow passed the bar while navigating an essay accusation, so I'm going to go with the former and not the latter. Well, Mark, you don't have to be mean. I mean, yeah, the playheads are at different places in these 2 videos, and the length of the 2 videos is different if these are 2 videos instead of one being a later edited version of the other. I just have no idea, you know. This one on the left could be a cut down version of the one on the right with changes. I don't know. Or they could be from 2 different cameras. I just don't know. All I ever saw was, hey, there's 2 photos out here, and you're saying that she never posted the second photo to Medium. And now you're saying she did because they came from 2 different videos. Weird. Okay, go ahead. Discovery will be interesting. Says Lucy. Zona says, for the record, I believe Cody Rutledge Wilson to be a liar and a thief. And also, he's a big dum-dum, not so smart man. Have I torted the defamatorino? The what? The defamatorino? Defamatorino. Sounds like a sandwich. Maybe it's we can name a sandwich that if they get a new trial and we go have some sandwiches. Jody says she did lie about having/not having used that photo in one of her Medium posts. Dumbass. Yeah, that was the thing because the tweets I saw, he was like, well, I checked with Laura and she said she never posted that second photo. But now he's like, okay, there's 2 videos. So I guess she did. This is confusing. This is why being impeccable with your words and being precise and having an attention to detail is very important, guys. It's so important. Because otherwise we'll just be talking past each other all day. And we'll get into all these, crazy conversations where suddenly he's like the tort of defamation. Like, come on, just have a rational conversation about these photos. Give me a break. Farrah Bueller's Day Off. Farrah Bueller's Day Off. She did lie. We can literally see this picture is a lie. Dipshit. Well, I don't know. I mean, they're clearly two different sort of photos here, two different looks in these things he's saying are from two different videos, from two different cameras. I don't know if there were two cameras or not. I wasn't there. He hasn't provided evidence that there's two cameras. We don't have a forensic expert analyzing all this stuff. So this is a lot of claims. I don't know what to do with any of this. Marky Mark says it's sort of sad watching this mediocre attorney actively work towards becoming bottom of the barrel and unscrupulous. Think about your future, dude. You are not retirement age yet. If only. Oh, retirement would be nice. Okay. Are there comments we missed? There's got to be some comments we missed. Marky Mark says she manipulated the entire bottom of the video. She literally smooshed the bottom third. Everything lines up perfectly until it gets to the pregnancy gut. Then all of a sudden, that food baby is a baby. I mean, here's the thing. You can take these photos and show them to people, and some people will be like, oh, maybe that's, one camera versus another camera. iPhone 15 is better than iPhone 13 or something. I don't know. And other people might be like, oh, you can go into Premiere, After Effects. You can do this, you can do that. Oh, you can do this with Instagram. You can do that. I think it's edited. I think it's photoshopped. I think it's this filter. I think it's that filter. They might be right. They might be wrong. Who knows? Everybody has opinions until you have evidence. So all we can do is make our best estimate until we have evidence. Jackie Blue says those are two different asses. Oh boy. No one you knew says she grew an ass between the videos. Marissa Dirk says you're delusional. I mean, I don't know if he's delusional, but I just don't understand what this proves yet. We need to see more commentary on this to figure this out. Okay. Oh, we've got more comments. This is great. IT Go-To Brad says, I'd be more than happy to look at the metadata of both files if you would provide a OneDrive Dropbox link to the files you have. No reply. Okay. Sorry, Brad. Farrah Bueller's Day Off. That's going to get me every time, guys. It's going to get me every time. I don't know who the fuck these people are, but as a graphic designer, I can literally see where these pictures have been manipulated. Ooh. But now that I've run across your page, I did a deep dive and I'm laughing you're representing this complete psychopath. Wow. So apparently Farrah Bueller's Day Off is new to the case. Interesting stuff. Just Jen says, why is that dated 10/25/23? She stated in the affidavit in the light brown bra is dated 10/9/23, and I have a video that she shared on Reddit that it was dated 10/9/23. Okay, so this video is supposedly from 10/9/23, but the file name that we just saw, I remember it, said 10/25. That could just be a court filing issue. Jen says it's because that was the date of the hearing. Metadata is so important. Please share the metadata. Yeah, because file names can be anything. Oh, David says, keep in mind the date you see is just the name of the file on my PC. Yeah, because you can make the file name whatever you want. I had to manually rename all these files to comply with the court rules. Our exhibits had to be called A1 through whatever. So it's possible when I typed the file name, I got the date wrong. It's not fraud, just chill. Well, I mean, I think Just Jen is pretty chill. I mean, she's not like, she's just like, yeah, the file name can be anything. Do you have the metadata? We can give it to Brad. Okay, so maybe he got the date wrong. I mean, maybe 10/25 was a date that was important for their hearings. I don't know. I don't know why he's saying just chill in all caps. I got the date wrong. It's not fraud. Here's the thing. Like this guy, like if this was a 10, like if he meant to put 10-9 here and he put 10-25, it's just a mistake. And he didn't intend to make a mistake. And he knows he didn't intend to make a mistake or a typo or whatever. Nobody does. He wants us to judge him for his intentions. He doesn't intend to make a typo. The problem is people judge other people based on their actions and generally not on their intentions. But people judge themselves by their intentions and not always just by their actions. So, oh, I was in a hurry and I didn't mean to run the stop sign. Of course, nobody means to do anything wrong. Nobody means to make a typo on a file name. But here's the thing, this guy gets real judgmental about these comments on Twitter. And then he turns around. And in what I see as a double standard, he wants others to treat him with some grace because he didn't intend to get the date wrong. He wants us to judge him by his intentions. Meanwhile, he's judging everybody who's commenting or questioning based on their actions, not their intentions. He's like, you're all delusional, you're all in a cult, everybody is stupid except me, everybody's lying except me. He's very judgmental about everybody he interacts with online in the written form. And yet at the exact same time, he's demanding grace from his audience for a mistake that he apparently made. And to me, that's just a double standard. Like, I am happy to have grace for you, sir, about a file name typo because, yeah, maybe 1025 is an important date for trial. Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe it's just a typo. It doesn't matter. I have plenty of grace. The thing I'm seeing, though, is that you, sir, do not have a lot of grace. And that is disappointing to me. Just Jen says, okay, so what's A7? That's the name and date of the original file that was shared on Reddit. Okay, so apparently, oh, I see. There's an A7 up here which says pregnant stomach. It's an MOV file, another movie file. So there's multiple videos here. Very confusing. Pippa says, absolutely living for him being called out on his BS. David says, I probably just messed up the video's file name or something. Or maybe the file name was mistyped by Laura's former counsel who gave me the file. Whatever. Whatever. You don't know? I mean, this wasn't that long ago. You don't remember changing the name of the file? I mean, it says date modified 3/29/24. That could have been her previous lawyer for sure. Who knows? But that's weird. I don't know. I don't know, guys. But he's like, whatever. Like, details matter, sir. Details matter. And it's okay if we make mistakes. We just need to go through the information. It's fine. Step away from Reddit. Stop looking for conspiracies everywhere. There's no conspiracy. She's just asking why the file name says 1025 when your affidavit said 109. These are two different numbers. Two different numbers is not a conspiracy. It's an inequality mathematically. It's not a conspiracy theory. Nobody's saying like, ooh, David S. Gingras Esquire went in and fabricated dates on these files in a grand conspiracy. Nobody's saying that. They're just trying to get the timeline straight. Come on, man. Again, stop being so rude. This is just rude behavior, sir. Come hang in the real world. It's nice out here. Well, apparently the real world is the only place you can be cordial to other human beings in your communication, sir. Which is why I think it's a bad idea for you to be doing your client's PR. Because the written form, if you're perfectly reasonable in the real world, talking on the phone, talking at the tap house, whatever, that's great. But you are being so rude online, sir. It's just, it's hard to read. It's not good PR. It's really bad PR, in my opinion. I don't know. Booger fan says, David, it's okay for people to ask questions. Exactly. Especially when there has been fabrication of images previously. Very good. Your explanation is fine, but you don't need to add an insult afterwards. Exactly. I really think we can all do better here. Mhm. David says, for once, I'm in full agreement. If you propose that both sides try to do better, I will promise to do that. Well, this is conditional behavior. Like, well, I'll be nice if everybody else is nice. Um, don't waste time trying to get everybody to be better. Don't waste time trying to define the definition of a good person. Just be a better person. To paraphrase Marcus Aurelius, just be the better person. Don't make it conditional on other people. Creating conditions. Sign my dating contract or I'm having the twins. These conditional behaviors are not healthy. Can't be a one-way type street type of thing though. Why not? If everybody was being rude to me, then you think it's okay for me to be rude right back at them? I wouldn't do that. I would try to be the better person. Why can't you try to be the better person, sir? Why do you have to create a contract and conditions? As much as you may be pushing for more decorum, that view isn't widely shared by your side, just being honest. Okay, Booger fan is not on a side. He's a member of the public, presumably, he or she. I don't know who they are. There's only two sides in this court case. There's the petitioner and her attorney, and there's the respondent and his attorney. Those are the two sides. The public is not a side. The public is the public. Everybody has a different opinion. Everybody has different decorum. You will always find rude trolls on the internet. If you have a large audience and you create a YouTube video and it gets 100 comments, one or two of those comments is highly likely to be a very rude comment. That's just how it is. Booger fan cannot control everyone. Booger fan can only control Booger fan. David S. Gingras cannot control everyone. David S. Gingras can only control David. So if you want more decorum, it starts with you, sir. It does not start by saying, well, everybody else has to be really nice to me first. That's elementary school level thinking about how humans interact with each other. We're adults. You have to set an example now. You have to be the better person now as an adult. Lawn Glitter 22 says, every time it's quiet, you stoke the fire. Your latest Twitter tirades were in response to nothing and answered questions no one asked and provided hours of YouTube content that was very harmful to Laura, even after Megan and Dave Neal moved on. When do you stop for her own good? And I think these are all on the top level. Maggie says, this is what I don't understand. I've said this so many times that he is opening her up to more scrutiny, but he never responds, so apparently he doesn't care about her as he says he does. Lawn Glitter 22 says, agreed. He exposed her lies to a much wider audience due to either sloppiness or recklessness, released embarrassing medical records, and exposed her to ridicule. Now, when the YouTube Reddit cabal has moved on to Sarah Boone, Delphi, etc., here he is again. It's disgraceful. Maggie says, yes, he is abusing her himself. Moonbump says, too many lies for Laura and David to keep track of. Karen says, the dates are not both 10/9/2023. One is dated in September, but from back-to-back videos taken minutes apart. There's a September video? I don't know, guys. The one on the left here doesn't have a date. The one on the right has this 10/25, which he already explained is just a file name. which is fine. I don't know. Okay. More replies. No, the 10/25/23 video is the one you posted to X on 5/4/24. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's a different. That was after a hearing. That was a different case. Oh boy. This is wild stuff, guys. Okay, so we went through Brad. We went through Farrah Bueller. We went through the Just Gen subthread. We're back to Daniel Newman. And I'm assuming that you are absolutely certain that they haven't been edited in any way. But hey, it's only a little minor perjury, right? Yeah, I mean, even if there's two videos from two phones, are they original videos? Are they edited videos? Are stills taken from the video? Are stills taken from the video and edited after stills are taken? We just don't know much about this, other than there appear to be two different photos, one in a court filing and one on a blog. And I think that's all anyone was asking about. And it got really blown out of proportion because of miscommunication. In any case, CM Law says if she was in fact pregnant with twins in these videos, there is no conceivable way she could have miscarried without seeking medical intervention. That sounds reasonable. Please don't insult our intelligence and claim her autism prevented her from seeking medical care. Fair. Cloud Trout Goblin says, David, stop with the gaslighting. We can all see that it has been manipulated. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not a Photoshop expert. I can just sort of, you know, where's Waldo and see if I'm looking at two different photos or not. That's about the best I can do. Her hair did not change whatsoever, and a belly cannot change so dramatically within seconds. Why are you lying? Yeah, so someone is saying they don't think the changes in between the pictures are indicative of two different videos being done. Um, so they're looking at like whether for example, where the hair is going. Because if you go change a photo, a phone out or a camera out on a tripod or something, your hair is going to be pretty different. Um, so I think people are saying like the specific strands of hair we can see appear pretty similar. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I buy that. Like there seem to be some differences here. To me, these could be from two different, you know, flip a camera around to a different camera on the tripod and take another video. I think it's hard to get this exact same framing. Like that seems really, I don't know how you would do that with two different cameras. That would be tough. That would be tough, guys. Um, in any case, okay, where were we? We were looking at Alyssa. David and Laura, I just want to understand how you can be that pregnant and not have proof of continuing OBGYN care. This is a good question. I've had high risk pregnancies and you are closely cared for. Can you explain why not, please? No reply. It's a great question. Camilla says, forget cutesy bump pics when you can do this. It's art, people. She must have scared the shit out of Clayton when she sent this video of her staring down the camera with the unhinged, haven't bathed in weeks look and the bloated gut. No one else can keep up. My favorite villain. Well, you don't have to, I don't know. I'm not interested in making fun of her, making fun of her looks, or being rude. I'm just interested in what we can learn from the case. Look at me, daddy, he says, Conor McGregor of gaslighting for sure. Picky B says, no, that's moments apart. Why are you lying, sir? Farrah Bueller's Day Off says, show the videos then. Down in the probable spam section, which is never spam. Lucy says, we insisted she changed the photo on her blog, which she did. There is no denying that. Yeah, the blog photo is not the same as the court filing photo, right? And then, he had a tweet where he was like, oh, yeah, she says she never posted photo B, but it was there. That's all Lucy's saying here. We are also insisting the affidavit and the blog had different photos, which they did. There's no denying either of these things. David says, I hope a jury understands that. I expect they won't be so forgiving in light of the insane cruelty and malice shown by some future defendants. Defendants against what? People looking at publicly available photos and asking questions about them? This is America. You can look at photos and say photo A does not appear to be photo B, in my opinion. What the heck? These folks are literally why we have punitive damages. Punitive damages for what? Goofy Gabber says, David, I appreciate your zealous representation because that's your job, but you have to see the red flags. To threaten to litigate against naysayers is just opening your client up to a doo-doo storm. Like Kenny Rogers said, now it won't mean you're weak if you turn the other cheek. Hmm. Karen Carson says, why threaten suits when you could spend that time demonstrating facts? On one hand, you support free speech, and on the other, you tend to stifle it with threats. Yeah. Which side of your mouth are you spouting from? Because we know which side Laura uses. Probable spam. Cybertruck says, please put this case in front of a jury. Cybertruck says, who exactly are you threatening, sir? Lucy Jackson says, Laura knew October 16th she was not pregnant since her HCG was only 102. You stated she sent a fake. I'm getting some feedback. Let me try and drop a few dB on my mic here. Laura knew October 16th she was not pregnant since her HCG was only 102. You stated she sent a fake 131,000 HCG test to Dave Neal to get him to back off. Did she take these October 25th videos of her large belly and have a large belly at the OOP hearing for everyone to back off? Panda for You says, bro, you said she never posted that version of the photo, that it was 1,000,000% BS. So are you saying the lie is that she posted the other version at all or that it was edited? Because these are two different things, bro. Yeah, I mean, and then they include his original tweet from way back on October 7th. This was back when we did a previous video. I just asked Laura if she ever posted that version on the right. Posted that version on the right. Her response, 1,000,000% BS. Okay. And we went through that. But now he's saying she did post it because it's from two different videos. So I don't know what people are even arguing about here. It's clear there's two photos. Again, let's read this one more time, guys, just because I think this is where people are talking past each other. I just asked Laura if she ever posted that version on the right. Her response, 1,000,000% BS. But now he's saying there's two photos. I think everybody's just really confused. Okay. Oh, no, you didn't says, FYI, this case is so public now that even people who don't watch The Bachelor are interested. So the cult BS can stop now. That woman has embarrassed the both of you on a national level, not just the Bachelor fan base, and it's all her doing. You're both unhinged. We can still see all the people you blocked in their comments. Pretty clear why you're losing this case. You don't have much of a brain to work with. Well, I mean, we don't have to be rude. So we have this tweet. Let's see if we can find more comments about this. Okay. I think what I want to do is pause here and I want to pull up some of the archive tweets so we can understand the linguistic progress over time for the conversation around these photos. So let's do that. Okay, so I brought up some screenshots of some of these tweets because we have to go all the way back to October 7th. October 7th, David said, talk to Laura about this. She said she never posted that weird version of the belly image. Well, if it was just two different cameras, why is one weird? Also, he uses the word posted. But we know a different photo from the court document was posted on medium.com in a blog. He's not being very precise with his words here. Honestly, given how clearly helpful the first version is, why do you think she would make minor edits to that second version? That's just silly. The first version makes the point completely. Well, apparently, his story now is that she used two different phones, and that's why it looks different. And apparently, one of them to him on October 7th looked weird. Why did it look weird if they're just from two different phones? Oh, guys. Also on October 7th, I just asked Laura if she ever posted that version on the right. Her response, 1,000,000% BS. But now you're saying she did post it? She just posted for a still from a second video that was from a second phone because the first phone's battery died? This is all people are asking about because you said she never posted it. Then we've got Bob Sekman, left is from the affidavit, right is from the Medium article. So here we have the two different photos. Again with his 1,000,000% BS comment. That's what he was replying to, is these two photos. And now presumably we're supposed to believe that these just came from two different phones, which is maybe that's true. I don't know. Have they been altered? Even if they came from two different phones? I don't know. I just know they're not the same. They don't look the same to me. Then we go even further ahead in time. So I think I screenshot this on the 17th. Here's the part where he says they're from different videos. So you agree she posted the second photo to Medium? Is that what you're saying now, sir? Because before you just said she didn't post it. These look different because Laura used two different cameras. Duh. Why is it duh? You just said back here the version on the right is the weird version. If it's two different cameras, why is one weird? On October 10th, he said, I have proof Laura didn't doctor these photos. Go ahead and say she did. Act with reckless disregard for the truth. How can people have reckless disregard for the truth when we don't even know the answer? The answer is I don't know. I don't know is never reckless disregard for the truth. I don't know is the most intellectually honest thing you can say about almost anything. So he changes his language from the 7th, posted, and then again, posted. And then on the 10th, he says, doctored. Words matter, sir. We have to get the words right. If we don't get the verbs right, if we don't get the details right, the nouns right, we can't communicate. You're making it hard to communicate. You started off with the word posted, and then you went to the word doctor. And then even further in time, let's go back there. You're just saying these, now there's two things and they look different. And you're saying people boasted they caught her in a lie. I said I had proof that's false. Well, what lie? What is the big lie? If someone thinks all these images came from the same source video and there was filters or whatever. That's their right to have that opinion. You said she didn't post photo B to Medium, and now you're saying, here's photo B. It just came from a different camera. Well, she still posted it then, didn't she? All right, guys, let's go back to Twitter and see if we can find more comments to help us understand this a little better, shall we? All right. Okay, guys, I went to the replies tab in Twitter to try and find more comments. And I think I've found some more conversations here that might help. Cloud Trout Goblin, in response to the two video proof post, says, where is the metadata to prove that she did not alter the image? If you want people to believe you, then you need the receipts, and we still have not seen any actual receipts. David says, the video that was a trial exhibit is already available. That's good. The one that was not used was part of the file I received from Laura's prior attorney. If Laura gives me permission, I'll release it. So that's good. Panda for You says, DG, you ain't addressing the substance. You claimed Laura never posted that other photo at all, 1,000,000% BS. Now you are saying she didn't edit the photo because they're two different photos. Those are two different claims. You know what moving the goalpost is? Did she post it? David says, Laura and I misunderstood each other. I thought she was saying she didn't post the image. She thought I was asking if she edited it. And again, guys, this is why words are so important to get right. Attention to detail, discipline, doing the right things right. To be clear, yes, she posted it. So we just looked at a whole bunch of tweets where he said she didn't post it because he misunderstood. It's not because the people in the audience, the people responding to him, are trying to lie. It's because they're trying to understand. No, she didn't Photoshop it. That's fair. I mean, maybe she didn't. Also, when you say Photoshop, are you talking about Photoshop, the literal application, or are you talking about editing in general? Because if the stills that went into the court document and the still that went into the Medium blog were hand selected from a video, the act of choosing a still is an editorial decision. So if you're going to nitpick about someone saying, I think she edited the photo, she did. Someone made an editorial decision to take a still from a video, even if they didn't Photoshop it. Change the color, stretch the belly, do whatever. I don't know. Give herself a butt lift. I don't know. Are you happy now? I'm happier. That's true. JFC still lied re-editing. Well, how do we know? How do we know? And also, who is JFC? You cannot just say, like, if there's somebody out there who thinks the photo is an edited photo, put their name in here. Don't just generalize. Generalizing never helps, sir. Be specific. Who said she edited the photo? You haven't even proven that she hasn't edited the photo. You're taking her word for it. That's not proof. That is testimony. If the photo editor who came in and said, I think that photo's been edited, that's their opinion. If Laura said she didn't edit it, then that's her claim. But you haven't proven a claim. There's a difference between a claim and the proof for a claim. Your screenshot of two videos is not proof that nobody edited a photo or a video. You can have two videos from two different phones and then edit them or not edit them. I don't know. This is infuriating. Laura told the truth. How do we know? Imagine that. How do we know? She admitted to posting the second photo because everybody could see the second photo was not the same as the first photo. That's not an amazing admission of truth. That's just confirming what we already knew. This photo gate or whatever it is just exhausting. Cloud Trout Goblin says, where's the metadata to prove she did not alter the image? Yeah, I think we read this already. Um, so Cloud Trout Goblin says, David, it doesn't matter if you posted or not. These are still proof that she continued with her lie of being pregnant when she knew that she wasn't pregnant. October is well past the time she received both the 102 HCG and the little to no field DNA results. That's fair. Cat Lady Ballerina says, and she changed the result of her test to a different HCG range, so she knew she wasn't pregnant, but was trying to continue the scam. Hmm. Cloud Trout Goblin says, David, it actually doesn't matter if she posted it or not. The fact is, by October, she already had received notice from the lab stating there was little to no fetal DNA present in her blood work, proof that she wasn't pregnant, but she continued with the lie. Interesting. Painter for You says, wait, bro, if you misunderstood and you reported something false in error, then that's on you. And JFC calling you out repeatedly saying, yes, she did post it, isn't defamation. Yeah. And just because they are two different photos doesn't mean she didn't possibly edit the one. So where's the metadata? Yeah, this is correct. Both things can be true at the same time. They could come from two different phones. There could be two different videos. Um, and you can still do edits either on the video itself or on a still collected from the video, even if there's no editing in the video. We just don't know. And I don't think any of it even matters because none of it proves pregnancy. None of it proves paternity. None of it proves that a appeal will be successful. So I think there's just a lot of miscommunication happening here because this guy comes across as extremely rude to the people he's interacting with. He lumps them all together, generalizes them under one name, calls everybody a cult, calls everybody Greg, says everyone's a liar. It's just not honest conversation. And this is why I don't recommend directly engaging with him because I don't believe that he is an honest interlocutor when it comes to having an online conversation. Maybe in person, maybe in the real world it's different. I don't know. But I don't think anybody can get anywhere with this guy because just getting to the point of saying, hey, look, I see photo A over here and photo B over here, and they don't appear to be the same photo. Can you confirm? It took like 10 days of pulling teeth to get to the point where he admits she posted photo B on Medium. Was it photoshopped, edited, enhanced, filtered, anything? I don't know. Who cares? Let's assume it wasn't. Does it prove she was pregnant? No. Does it prove paternity? No. Does it prove they have a great appeal ahead of them? No. I don't know, guys. I don't know what else I can do with this one. Let's go back to the posts. Let's see how far we have to go. I think we can wrap this up. And then I'm going to have to call it. I'm going to have to edit this one. My dog was barking. We went over to look at some screenshots. It'll be all right. We will forge ahead. October 17th. David says, super busy today, but FYI, we got our case number and briefing schedule for Laura's appeal. That's good. I need to correct lies slash disinformation spread about this by cult leaders like Dave Neal. So he thinks Dave Neal is a cult leader. Well, big surprise, buddy. I mean, cult leaders control their following. Um, there's a whole bunch of people on Reddit who don't like Dave Neal. They're not going to do what he says. There's no cult. He's not a cult leader. I don't do everything Dave says. We disagree on certain things, agree on other things. He's not a cult leader, you massive spanner. This David Gingras fellow is like a wrench, and you just throw it in the gears, and it just crams all the gears up, and they all fall apart, and the machine stops working properly because he doesn't know what the definition of a cult is. He doesn't know how to do a test to see if an organization is a cult or not, and he hasn't proven his case or even written up a case that there is a cult or that anybody's a cult leader. He hasn't written up any case that there's behavioral control, information control, thought control, emotional control by anyone in any sort of organization. He's just name calling. And that's just rude. Stop being rude, sir. There isn't enough space on X to say everything, so a short blog will be posted in a few. Yeah, and I think we went over that blog on Lauren Knighty's channel. The long and short of it is, he's upset because in a thumbnail, Dave says that this guy filed a lengthy appeal document. Okay. And he filed a notice of appeal. And in the video, Dave calls it a notice of appeal. It's not the arguments in the appeal or the body of the appeal. It is just one document in the appeal process. So it is an appeal document as part of the process, one of many. So he's nitpicking Dave's thumbnail for YouTube, which, by the way, YouTube thumbnails are better the fewer words you use. So you don't say, hey, he filed a lengthy notice of appeal. You just say he filed a lengthy appeal. And he filed the notice of appeal, and he says so in the video. So this guy is nitpicking words when I've just recorded 3 different videos today tearing apart his failure to use words in a way that would avoid miscommunication, be quantitatively clear, and present his evidence in a way we can logically understand it without fallacies. This guy is trying to nitpick Dave Neal's thumbnail while he has no attention to detail or discipline regarding his own words and the way he talks to people on Twitter. It's a double standard, guys. It's a big double standard. Zona says, "What if you didn't, though? Why does doing this? Why does doing so appeal to you on a professional level? These are genuine questions." Hmm. Oh no, you didn't. Says cult leaders, quote unquote. Man, you have a serious screw loose. I don't think he has a screw loose. I think he's just being intentionally confrontational and using an inflammatory term in a sort of anecdotal way, not in a scientific way, not in an anthropological way, not in a sociological way, not in any way related to science. He's just trying to be inflammatory and insulting. And it's rude. It's just rude, guys. He says, update re LOVCE. We have a new letter from the Court of Appeals with deadlines for our next big brief. Read more here. And in his blog, he talks about how he could file something that would give the other side a hard deadline over the holidays, but he's not going to do that because he's such a nice guy. If you have to humble brag about yourself about how you're being such a nice guy to the other side in a court case, you just sound like a used car salesman trying to sell someone a lemon. Trust is hard to gain and easy to lose. The ruder and more name calling that you do in these blogs and the Twitter posts, the less people have trust in you, sir. Trust is hard to gain, easy to lose. You are losing it by the tweet. And we've reached the top of his timeline, which I am very happy about. So this is it, guys. The final comments. Don't give the website traffic. Lethal Lauren covers the lack of substance and then talks about more important things here. Yeah. So Lethal Lauren 904 over on YouTube has a whole bunch of good videos. Go check them out. Sarah Dawn says no one has to be rude, though. It just feeds the fire. At the end of the day, evidence speaks for itself, and most of us share the same opinions on everything and everyone involved. Let's just support who we support and take the information for what it is, but no name calling. I agree. BS Simon says, I can't believe that you are still billing for this. Did you take the case on contingency? First rule about being a lawyer, get paid. Hashtag dumbass. Yeah, we don't know. We haven't seen any of his billing statements. Just fine. I don't think we need to. Farrah Bueller's Day Off says, it's amazing you're so utterly stupid. LMAO, congratulations, little guy. I mean, you don't have to be antagonistic. Just stick to the case details, guys. I don't know. Georgia Barenberg says, can one refrain from ad hominem attacks and childish misogynistic comments in the bazillion page pleading? Yeah, let's do that. Oh, no, you didn't says, it's weird how you're excited to keep losing. Well, they haven't lost the appeal yet. So, stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Cybertruck says, you can't sue people for telling the truth. The Bravo docket killed it in their 2 episodes just discussing facts of the case. Hey, man, you know this better than most. Now go tell your client, Laura, and go do research on this case for criminal court. Yeah, and the Bravo docket is a podcast, and they have just started covering the case. I think they have at least 2 episodes out, and the 2 episodes don't cover the whole thing. So it's not like a two-parter that covers the entire case. It's just parts 1 and 2. So the Bravo docket continues, and we will see where they go and how far they can get and what their conclusions are from analyzing the case timeline. And we will see. Okay, guys, I think we did it. I think we made it to the end. Let's go back to Teeny Milkshake. We finally got past it, guys. We got past the 20 plus week ultrasound from the order of protection hearing. We got past the kitchen photo gate. We got past all of that. The appeal has started. We haven't seen all of the appeal documents, but we have seen some of them start to trickle out, getting the mechanics set up for an appeal. Where will we go from here? I don't know, but I'm sure it will be exciting, and I'm sure we'll have more episodes of Court on X. If you made it this far, guys, thank you so much. I will talk to you later. I have been Bruce from Oregon, Bruce the Moose, with the Bruce from Oregon Show. Have a good one.